Hi guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm starting the very first and what I hope is a long-standing series of timeless monthly pick-a-card readings. I was inspired to do this sort of timeless style by the channel Mana that was ran by Adelina Bond, and she is sadly no longer on YouTube, and that breaks my heart every single day. I was hesitant to say this part of it, but I credit where credit is due. She's helped me so much in my spiritual journey. She is such a gift, and I just wanted to give that credit. I don't want people comparing me to her because I think she's such a gem, and I think that you'll find my style is much different than hers in a lot of ways. So that being said, let's jump right into this timeless reading. It is meant to resonate with you whenever you have found this reading. And so that being said, Aries, let's just jump right into your reading here. Okay, Aries, so for the month ahead, what I'm seeing for you is the focal point is the Eight of Pentacles here. And this is all about working really hard, building up your craft. I'm shooting this video where a lot of us are quarantined in isolation because of the coronavirus. That does not need to apply to you here, but I can see that you are, if you are during this time, you're using this time to be very productive, very hard at work. You might be using this time to, as an Aries totally would, I say this lovingly with an Aries moon, you are sharpening your skills, you're honing your skills. And whatever this is that you're working on, it has a lot of social value. And it also serves, it can help you with your own, wealth in the future. And I'm using the word wealth very intentionally here because I don't necessarily just mean money. This is something that you see a lot of abundance for yourself, a lot of solidity. This is something that maybe makes you well known in the community for providing this certain skill or service. And it's something that I can see that you love very much. I also think, just as a side note, you're probably going to do a lot of cooking this month. And also taking care of yourself and your body with wellness. I can see you making, special teas, special herbs, and really taking time to nourish your body, because there seems to be an understanding this month with you, Aries, that it's that I am energy. You need to take care of yourself in order to be able to take care of the people around you. And so you're getting back to basics this month. This is heavy self-care, and part of that is nurturing your soul, nurturing your spirit, and using isolation wisely. A lot of times the Eight of Pentacles is the original deck, right? It's the man who is far away from the city, sitting under the tree, slowly building things up. You could also be working on your spiritual practice and on your physical body. This is so like an Aries to take isolation and make it work for them, to just forge ahead with using it for the betterment of themselves and for humanity. I applaud you guys, no matter what time you're watching this. So I can see in the past, this might have been something that you've been sitting on for a long time. You have done a lot of spiritual work on yourself, Aries. I can totally see that. But I feel like a lot of it was in the realm of thought, the realm of emotion, and it's kind of been building and brewing in your head for a long time. You've always had the intention of moving forward with it, but it just never really seemed like the right time. And so now that it is the right time, it's like you know exactly what you're doing, and you're working really hard on it. I can also see that this is a labor of love. First of all, the Hangman, this is the energy of Neptune. Neptune being the higher octave of Venus. Neptune in Vedic is also attached to the planet Jupiter. This is expansive. Jupiter also ruling Sagittarius. So that Jupiter energy is something that benefits the collective. Jupiter is very giving, very benevolent, very wise. It's the God planet. It's the planet of luck. So I feel like in the past, I know this is a weird thing to say, but I feel like you were kind of building up your luck in a way. You were kind of doing the more reflective, meditative work. You were trying to get your mind right. You were trying to get yourself in a good space. I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't put a lot of emphasis on when they're starting this new project. And honestly, Aries, it's not really like you to do that. So I feel like whatever this is that you are working on this month is something that's heavily a part of your mission. And I feel like you're leveling up in the way that you're approaching this. I do see that this thing is very, very important to you. And that's why you're taking the time to do it right. And that's why you were kind of holding back, only because now you're ready to slingshot forward. With the Knight of Cups here, that's what I'm saying. I can see that this is a labor of love. This is moving forward into the future, is this Knight of Cups energy. There's a huge creative element to what it is that you're doing. It comes from a wellspring from your soul. This comes straight from your soul, and you want to give it with such childlike enthusiasm with the Knight here. The Knight is a very masculine energy. It's something that's moving forward, and you are not doing this in a stupid way, Aries. I can't stress that enough. Like I said, you've done your reflective work here. You've thought about, the pitfalls, and I feel like it was really difficult for you to do that. But now is the benefit, because you can see that there's a shark in the water below him, and that his little familiar here, which I like this deck because of the familiars, because you can kind of see what the energy is doing. So you have this energy, even with Pentacle energy here, you have this energy of being very enamored with what it is that you're doing and being very dreamy and very dreamlike. But what you're doing now, Aries, is you're grounding that, you're cultivating that in the real world. There is a little bit of a warning here of not everybody has the same heart as you. So while this is a very spiritual endeavor, and this is benevolent in all of the ways, right? It's something that you've worked really hard on. Just know that, maybe put some protection around yourself, do some protection spells. I can link one in the description below that I really like and works for me. And just know that there are people who could be a little threatened by this. You know what, Aries, we're familiar with the concept of the evil eye. The evil eye is kind of a hex that gets thrown on people from jealousy. And Aries are kind of in that energy where a lot of people can be jealous of Aries because they're very brash, they're very bold, they're very exciting people to be around. They've got that fire energy, and people tend to like them. And they make they're doers, right? They make actual strides in the things that they want to do. So be very careful as you move forward, because you could attract that evil eye energy. And spells, right, it's just intentions. And so when people kind of have negative thoughts around things, and you're wearing your heart on your sleeve, and in this really pure energy, right? Aries is the infant of the zodiac. It's this very pure, childlike energy. And then when it comes back around as the emperor, it is a very, I want to say, pristine energy there with you guys, Aries. So be very careful. Understand that you might have some people around you that, as you try to take this out into the world, you need to be guarded against. But you are above this, and you can get through this. Almost with that childlike energy. I am a little bit getting the energy of the Fool here, where it's like, if you need to trust, be aware, put some protection up, but don't let it hold you back. It's nothing that you need to really sweat over. So I can see that what is holding you back is a lot. You have a lot of kind of being held back energy here. I do feel like when you're working on this, you're probably working at this in a workshop in the privacy of your own home. It's something that you are keeping a little sheltered for the time being, because when you want to move out into the world with it, you want to be able to really show people from your heart. So with the Hangman, this can be stuck, stagnant energy, right? That's in your past position. But what I can see holding you back from this in the future, and not just in the current moment, is judgment. This is the energy of Pluto, of transformation. But I mean, sometimes it is what it says on the card, judgment. I think that you know, whatever this is a little bit out there. There's, like I said, there's a huge artistic element to this, Aries. Very creative energy. I mean, look at this woman on this card here. She's got her purple hair. She's out in the middle of nature. She's very free. She's playing her own song and she's got her eyes closed. She's in a meditative state. I mean, this is coming from your heart. And you know that it's a little out there and it's a little eccentric, but that's what Aries do, right? You guys are boundary pushers. And so this is kind of held you back because I think that you are afraid of how it's going to be received. Maybe you're even afraid of how this could change some of your relationships. You know, scientists who, you know, said the world was round and that we actually travel around the sun. And, you know, they weren't met with the greatest, with like warmth, you know, and you're aware of that. But I really don't think you have much to worry about because, spoiler alert, you know, we have the outcome being the King of Wands. This is this is your card, Aries, right? The fire suit, being the king. It's not quite the emperor, but this is a person who is a strategist. This is a person who knows exactly what they're doing. This is going to open up opportunities for you. This very well could turn into some kind of entrepreneurship endeavor. You could have to travel around for work. You could reach a lot of people around the world with this. I'm not saying that it's going to happen overnight, right? You're going to need some staying power. You're going to need some charisma. I think that this judgment that you are concerned about, people are going to find it very charismatic, right? So, I mean, I think that you got a really good thing going here, Aries. What is weighing on your subconscious mind? You guys have a lot of major arcana energy here, right? You have the Hangman, Judgment. We have the Temperance card up in your subconscious, and then we have the World card here with your hopes and fears. So you have major arcana cards in major positions in this reading. So this is heavily involved with your, I feel like, with your life purpose and with your soul mission and what you're actually meant to do. You're doing work, right? You've done a lot of being work, Aries, which is surprising me to say because when I think of Aries, I think of doers. But this group right here, if this is resonating for you at this time, you have done a lot of spiritual work on yourself. Aries actually is a very spiritual sign. And if an Aries who is amazing and a teacher, I consider a teacher of mine, is Santos Bonassi. And if you want to check him out, his channel is Mr. Astrotheology. He is an Aries himself, and he talks about astrotheology, which is the theological study of astrology. And he also talks about this hermetic principle, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. So he's tying this astrological, the way that the cosmos works, in with the human body. And so he talks about the spiritual journey being this journey of cerebral spinal fluid all the way back up into the brain, which is Aries. And that, right, this is the cyclical nature of the tarot. It's all kind of saying the same thing and telling the same story. And if you want to be inspired, go ahead and check that person out. He's Aries, so he'll be your speed. But let's go back to your subconscious mind for a moment, shall we? We have the Temperance card here. This is Sagittarius energy, so it's fire. It's kind of right up your alley as well. There is, you have a lot of, right, you're an Aries. You have a lot of forward, it's cardinal fire. You have a lot of forward moving energy that's propelling you forward, but you are taking a very spiritual approach. Like I said, you have a lot of energies that's kind of holding you back here, bringing in this Temperance card, this need for balance. You want a good balance of both. I'm seeing a lot of wisdom for you guys this month, Aries. It's really, really going to serve you. This is a heavily spiritual mission. You guys are doing the damn thing, Aries. So you're trying to find balance in all things, right? You're balancing out your light and your dark. You're unafraid of balancing both. You can see like all the healthy choices over here and then the fun, you know, snacky choices over here. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're trying to be reflective and you're trying to take action. And you're waiting to strike. Like you guys are very, very attentive. And I feel like that's all kind of even just going on behind the scenes. And that's what I'm saying with, I feel like you guys have stockpowered some luck. You've stockpowered some good fortune here. You have built some really good habits. You built some good habits. And I feel like a lot of those habits you literally could go to yoga, right? With the Hangman here in Temperance. You guys have a heavy spiritual background. It has helped build your daily habits. So it's it's done in such a way, right? Neural grooves in the brain. Like the more that you build a habit and the earlier on you build a habit, your brain has these neural grooves in it, and it serves you as you move forward, because those become your instinctual, habitual responses. And I'm telling you, you guys have some really, really solid ones. Aries is a very instinctual sign anyways, but this reading is definitely saying that you should fall back on your haunches there. You can really rest on your laurels with the creative piece. Now, the tools at your disposal, we have the Page of Cups. Okay, this is pages are messengers and children, I like to always say. Everybody always says that. That's not like a me thing. So with the Page of Cups here, your creativity, you're approaching this in true Aries fashion. You don't have a big chip on your shoulder. This is why people like you, Aries, is even though you represent the Emperor, right, who rules his kingdom with an iron fist when he comes back around. And that didn't really feel true for me when I said it just then. But he's very attentive, right? He's a very balanced individual. Balance. Right? Balancing all four suits, all four of the kings, right? You are approaching this with love, with enthusiasm, with the heart of a child. Like I said, this is a super creative thing for you. I feel like it's reigniting your soul in a lot of ways, and that's something that's very important. It's going to help propel you forward. Like I said, you don't have a huge chip on your shoulder. You feel like you can ask questions if you need to, and you're honestly just like, I feel like letting the fun guide you, being led by your soul with the Page of Cups here. I feel like you can get into this meditative space where you're listening to some music, maybe you're drinking a little wine, you got your paints out, your creative medium of choice, your tools, and you just kind of go into this space. And that's the space that you're in for now, Aries. Let this month be that space where you're incubating, right? Aries is the infant of the zodiac. You let yourself incubate a little bit. Be in that warm incubator, where all of your needs are being met. You can be in that place of trust, right? You might have competing interests where you have to learn how to balance your time. You need to take care of your responsibilities and have your fun time too, but you are more than capable of doing that. So your attitude towards the whole thing is the Ten of Pentacles. This is a solid reading, you guys. I can't say that enough. You're thinking about wealth building. You're building a solid foundation for your future. This project that you're doing right now is important to your future. It's tied into your life mission. It's a way that the universe, with all this spiritual energy, is trying to take care of you. They want to take care of you. You have an opportunity, Aries, to make a living, to do something, doing something that you love. Okay? This could be an online thing. You could, with the World here and with the King of Wands, you want to unite people in some kind of passion, in some kind of action online in some kind of a way. And you guys, you can damn well do it, Aries. I don't need to tell the Aries that, but in case you needed a reminder, let me go ahead and remind you. This is really big. You know that it is. And I feel like you're coming from it from this great place of just being relaxed. The Suit of Pentacles is the manifestation suit, along with the Suit of Fire to me. But the Pentacles is such a relaxed manifestor energy where you are, when you do it right, you are one with the earth and therefore with abundance itself, right? Because all abundance ultimately comes from the earth, comes from the union actually of earth and sun. This is the divine mother, father energy, mother being the earth. You know what's always thrown me off is that people assign the feminine to the moon, which I get, but like, doesn't it make more sense that the earth is the feminine energy and then like the moon, because the moon's like a rock, right? That got blasted off of the earth. A lot of ancient, I mean, I know I'm getting on a tangent here, but listen, we're all in quarantine. So, I need to talk to someone, Aries. No, but like it came off of the earth, right? In some kind of space collision. So like almost it's like giving birth. So it's like the earth mother, right? We call the earth mother and then like the little moon. So like, it's so, I mean, I know that it just seems more powerful of a feminine energy to have it be the earth. I don't know. Anyways, it's always something that I think about. So, moving right along, we have the Two of Swords here in the outside influences. Like I said, I do feel like you're afraid of judgment and you're You're unsure of basically how this is going to be perceived. You're unsure of the landscape with all the watery energy here, because you're coming at this from such a stable place within yourself, but you're wondering, is the world ready? Am I ready? Is the world going to respond in the way that I want it to respond? And so I do feel like, you probably are hitting up these pick a card readings. You might be meditating a lot more, journaling, throwing yourself into your practice here, trying to intuitively feel the way forward. But I gotta say this to you, Aries, I feel like the way forward is very material. It's very straightforward. Instead of, yes, you have grown your spiritual self, and that will always be a part of this journey. But right now, if you want to move this forward, I feel like you need to kind of get out of this energy. There's something watery about the Two of Swords, but it's like, get yourself out of that heavy emotional thinking vibe of the Two of Swords, where that's keeping you in this stuck position, because it's not keeping you stuck from a place of power, right? These outside influences. People are not going to understand your idea. Keep it close to your chest. Don't ask for people's opinions or their advice for this at this stage. They're not going to get it. You're bringing something new in. And like I said, there's that evil eye energy that I do not feel is a huge threat, but it is there, Aries, and it's probably something as Aries you are going to need to deal with. I just want to say this to you guys, oh my God, in your life. So like I said, I'm linking a protection spell down below. It's very easy to do, because you need to cloak, you need to protect, you need to, in order to get this off the ground, because I feel like energetically this outside influences other people's doubt, other people not seeing the fullness of your vision. And if you have heavy placements in Aries in this lifetime, this might be something that you are meant to kind of overcome, right? This is something that this is an energy that you're meant to experiment with and embody in this lifetime, is that pushing forward, cardinal fire, I start shit energy. So, I'm going to go ahead and say this now. For all these readings that you guys watch of mine, this position right here, that I just pulled this Two of Swords from, right here, is always going to be the outside energy. Okay? Take stock of it as a strategist. But I don't want you to worry about this. Not as often. You're very self-determined, Aries, and it's going to serve you. Okay? So your hopes and fears for this is the world. Completion, the world, it's everything. That's your hopes and fears. You are simultaneously drawn to it and afraid of it. That's why I love this spread too, is this lumping of the hopes and fears together, because it is one and the same, right? Where you're like, oh my gosh, this could be everything, and then that sets in and you're like, oh my gosh, this could be everything. Don't fumble the ball, Aries. But you have nothing to worry about here. Stay solid, stay grounded in yourself, take care of yourself. Don't get too serious, Aries. You got this. You can keep a loose grip on it, and be attentive, and you're going to be just fine. So yeah, with the world here, with hopes and fears, I do think that this has something to do online. There could be something traveling, uniting people, where however different they are, teaching people to live the good life, to let go. You want to bring health and healing, some kind of a balm, some kind of an elixir to people in some way. This is a very spiritual mission, Aries, and I commend you for keeping this dream alive, probably as long as you guys have, if you've made it into adulthood or anywhere they're close. I commend you for keeping that alive. This is something, you have a fire under your ass, Aries, for this. So that's going to propel you into this King of Wands energy. Like I said, you're calling the shots, you're running the show, you're going to be a player on the game, you're going to have a voice. People can feel this energy, right? Especially coming from an Aries. And so this King of Wands energy that comes so naturally to you. And I feel like this is propelling you. Really, you're leveling up here, Aries. You're leveling up. You're becoming the King of Wands we all knew that you could be. You still have a lot of biding your time. You know that. You have a lot of balancing to do, which is not always the easiest thing for an Aries, but I'm not seeing you really, you're handling that really, really well, Aries. So yeah, that is your reading. Really, really awesome reading, Aries. I hope that resonated for you guys. If it did, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Check out that protection spell. And yeah, I hope to see you guys here next time. Don't forget that you can check out your sun, moon, and rising videos for more specialized kind of a read. So thanks for watching. Bye.